Alright, we're at the end of the 2024 Safari Rally, and what a rally it was. I'm really sorry for, in my predictions video I did before the rally, I sort of doubted its entertainment value, because the last few years have been a little bit questionable maybe, but this was good. This was very, very good. Competitive in both Rally 1 and Rally 2. And the whole time you had no idea what was going on. You had no idea whether that person was going to do good for more time. They would go, oh wow, that's one quick stage, and then oh, they've crashed, or oh, they've got a puncture, or oh, they've hit a zebra, or something like that. Yeah, it was very problematic for everyone, except the young master, Kalle Rovanperä, who I don't even think even had a puncture. And he was just clean and fast the whole time. I went through Friday's troubles and what happened on Friday in my Friday video. So I'll go through what happened on Saturday and Sunday. Elfyn Evans had a puncture on stage 8 and then again on stage 13. I think one of them, from memory, was actually a double puncture, which is really not ideal. Gregoire Munster hit a rock on stage 8 with the rear left of his car, ripping the suspension off. He tried his best to fix it, but to no avail, and retired there for the day. Formeau also picked up a puncture on stage 13. Alright, now onto the juicy stuff. Hyundai's problems, which are a whole segment of today's video. Tanak had a bonnet pin come loose, which meant half his bonnet came up during a stage. They had to stop, and Martin Järveoja, his co-driver, had to get out and put it down. Then a few stages later, his intercom failed, so Järveoja had to do sign language for the stages. 2, 1, 5, whatever for the stage, for the pace notes. And then, just to make things worse, he got a puncture on stage 10, which was the first pass of the 36-kilometre Sleeping Warrior stage. And yeah, this year it wasn't sleeping, it was very much awake warrior, that one. Now onto Neuville. Neuville had hybrid troubles on stage 10, and then complete other end of the spectrum. He had to finish stage 11 in EV mode due to engine problems, which then reoccurred on stage 13. Hyundai's part-time driver and now full-time wildlife killer, Esa-Pekka Lappi, hit a zebra on stage 10 and then 2 separate birds on stage 13, which broke his windscreen. But Hyundai aren't having all the bad luck. Katsuta also had a puncture, along with Evans' puncture, making the first pass of Sleeping Warrior, stage 10, there were 4 punctures, 4 different drivers with a puncture in one stage. At the end of Saturday, Kalle Rovanperä led by a fairly substantial amount of time. In second place overall was Taka Katsuta, making up a Toyota 1-2. And then in third was Sweden's podium man, Adrian Formeau, who was very much doing his best at getting another one in Kenya. Looking to WRC2 at the end of Saturday, Gus Greensmith held his lead of the class, having won 2 stages of the day's 6 stages. Ollie Solberg in third took stage wins in the other 4 stages, and Ketan Ketanovic rounds out the podium at the end of the day. Because of the new Super Sunday points rules, the top 10 drivers overall at the end of Saturday get a certain amount of points, which I'll go over a bit later. But to get those points, they have to finish the rally. So if they retire, they don't get those points. Now on to Sunday. Sunday once again had 6 special stages, but they were much shorter in distance compared to the other days, having only 74.4 kilometres of stages. Sunday was much less problematic. I think everyone was just trying to get home and they weren't risking anything. I think the only notable event was Taka had a puncture early on Sunday. And at the end of Sunday, Kalle Rovanperä takes a phenomenal and faultless win. It was just he won all the stages on Friday and then just held on, did all he needed. I think he only won 1 or 2 more stages after that. He just did all he needed, nothing more, nothing less, and didn't have any problems. And Takamoto Katsuta, pretty solid, not quite as solid as Rovanperä, but he took a 2nd place, which is another podium here in Kenya, making, I think this would be his 4th appearance in Kenya, and his 3rd podium here, which is an amazing achievement. And then Sweden's podium man turns into Sweden and Kenya's podium man with 3rd place Formo in his Ford Puma. Of the 19 stages that the rally had, Rovanperä won an impressive 7 of them, with Neuville winning 5 of them, Evans 3, Katsuta 2, and Tanak with also 2 stage wins. I'm now going to have a look at the points that were scored in the rally. So, if I can get it up. So there's points at the end of Saturday, which are for Thursday, Friday and the Saturday. But to get those points, you have to finish the rally. So at the end of the day, at the end of Saturday, we had Rovanperä 1st, Katsuta 2nd, Formo 3rd, Evans 4th, Neuville 5th, Greensmith 6th, Solberg 7th, Katanovic 8th, Sertorides 9th, and Tanak 10th. So they all score points. Rovanperä 18, Katsuta 15, Formo 13, Evans 10, etc, etc. And I think all of those drivers finished, so they did actually get those points at the end of the rally. Now onto the Super Sunday points, which are I might just straighten this up a bit. There we are. Which are the points for just Sunday. So whoever has the lowest cumulative time at the end of Sunday. First was Tanak, 2nd Neuville, Evans in 3rd, Formo in 4th, Katsuta in 5th, Gregoire Munster 6th, and Lappi 7th. So that's only 7 drivers that get points from that. And the points are 7 down to 1. The power stage, which is just the top 5 fastest drivers in the last stage of the rally. Points are 5 through to 1. Neuville came 1st, Tanak was 2nd, Lappi was 3rd, so that's an all Hyundai top 3 in the power stage, which is a pretty good comeback from their previous couple of days' woes. But really, they would have preferred to have some good days and then not be so quick on the power stage. And then 4th and 5th are Rovanperä and Evans in their Toyotas. Let's have a look at the total points that were scored in the rally. Kalle Rovanperä scores 20 points, which are his first points for the whole season. Neuville scored 19, so he's pretty close. Katsuta 18, Formo 17, Evans 16 points, Tanak 12 points, Greensmith in his Skoda got 6 points, Lappi's Hyundai 4, Solberg in another Rally 2 Skoda got 4, Katanovic got 3, Sertorides and Munster got 2 points. And now onto the championship. Let's have a look how the championship looks. Once again, leading the championship by 6 points now, rather than I think 1 point he was leading before this rally, is Neuville, trying to get his first championship after a very long time. And the second is Evans, who would also very much like to win that championship. Third, about, 21 points off first in Neuville, is Formo, holding 3rd, which is very impressive from him. He's been phenomenal all 3 rallies. Not so good in, I think he came 5th in Monty, but that's still a very respectable result. And then 2 podiums since then. Tanak in 4th, he's 4th, but it's just still disappointing from him. If he wants to win the championship, he needs to be winning the next round. Or at least he hasn't had a podium this year, so yeah. Rovanperä having only scored, he must have scored points in Monty or Sweden, wherever he was, I can't remember. He's on 31 points, so he's in 5th. Katsuta on 30 in 6th, Ogier on 24 points, down in 7th. Lappi in 8th with 23 points. Oliver Solberg with the most overall points of a Rally 2 driver with 12. And then 10th place is a draw with 6 points between 3 drivers, those being Sami Pairi, Andreas Mikkelsen and Gus Greensmith. So everything's still very close. We've only had 3 rounds. We've got, 10 more? I think 10 more. So everything is to play for. Now, let's have a look at my predictions. I did some predictions before the rally. That video is on my channel. You can have a look. I think I did. I'm happy with what I predicted. In Rally 1, I predicted Rovanperä first. That's correct. That's good. Neuville second. Okay. He was down in... I can't remember where it was, actually. Down in 4th or 5th or something at the end of the rally. And then Katsuta third. The actual top 3 was Rovanperä, Katsuta and Formeau. So I got Rovanperä in the right spot, Katsuta 1 spot lower than he actually finished, and Formeau doing really well. So that's pretty respectable. I could have done better, but I'm happy with that. WRC 2 was easier to predict because there's less drivers and there's only a few actually really quick ones. So I got the right people on the podium. I just got the winner and the second place driver the wrong way around. I predicted Solberg, Greensmith, then Ketanovic, whereas the actual result was Greensmith, Solberg, then Ketanovic. So that's pretty close. But I didn't foresee Solberg having so many problems, which he probably would have been able to beat Greensmith if he hadn't had the problems, although Gus was flying. I think the only thing that would have stopped Gus winning was just Solberg taking advantage of Gus being a bit ill on Friday and Saturday morning. If he'd been able to get ahead of him, then Solberg would have won. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will do a preview video for the next rally if I don't do a video before then. I've got a few in the pipeline, but whether they're ready by then, I don't know. Yes, see you then. Enjoy yourself.